Well, welcome back to the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City for Game 2 of our doubleheader as the Gothic Knights look to complete the sweep against the Panthers of Purchase College. NJCU snapped a 5-game losing streak as they took the opener in 8 innings, 7-6, their first win in 3 extra inning games this season. As a ground ball to shortstop by Keani Ingram was booted by the shortstop Adams for Purchase. The run probably would have scored from third anyway, as Julie Squio came in, and the Gothic Knights won, loading the bases after Purchase scored 1 in the top of the 8th. So the Gothic Knights will look for the sweep. They now are 9-16 on the year, and 9-4 in non-conference action this year. So a pretty good record out of the league. The NJAC with 3 teams in the national rankings continues to be the best conference in the country for collegiate softball. And the Gothic Knights have already actually been eliminated from NJAC tournament contention. That's how good the league is this year. That with 6 games left, the playoffs have basically already been clinched at all the spots except the 6th spot in the league standings. And the Gothic Knights cannot reach Montclair State because they have lost the tiebreaker with Montclair sweeping them this year. So NJCU already out of the playoffs, at least in the league. They can, however, still get to 500 on the season, which would keep them alive for ECAC consideration. We'll see what happens as the year goes on. But to do that, we got to win Game 2, and the Gothic Knights will have the same lineup on the field. Here's the lineup for Game 2 for NJCU. In center field, Alanis Concepcion leads off. Hannah Gavin back behind the plate, bats second. Brittany Paulikis now with 90 career hits at first base. Again, 90 career hits for Paulikis with 1 hit in Game 1. Carolyn Rivera, the second baseman, she's the cleanup hitter. Naomi Alacio, the shortstop, she bats 5th. Julie Squio, the left fielder, bats 6th. Christina Mezzi pitches again, at least to start Game 2, and she will bat 7th. Melissa Mendoza at third base hits 8th, and Keani Ingram, the right fielder, will bat 9th. It'll be the same lineup in terms of players for Purchase, but they did move some pieces around. Mary Adams, the shortstop in Game 1, will now play third base and lead off. Victoria Capone, who was the second baseman, now moves to shortstop. Lisa Kentris bats third again. She plays left field. Kelly Hayes, the center fielder again, and the cleanup hitter. Rachel Stockinger, who was the first baseman in Game 1, she'll bat 5th again, but she will pitch this one. And on the year, Stockinger just 1-8 with a 6.10 ERA. We'll tell you more about her when the Gothic Knights come up in the bottom of the first. The rest of the lineup for Purchase: Nicole Fortuna, the losing pitcher in extra innings in Game 1, moves to first base. Daniela Edelson will bat 7th. She's in right field again. April Ohl, who was the third baseman in the opener, now is the second baseman. And the same catcher is Brianna Leon behind the plate, hitting 9th. Ira Thor with you live here from the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City as the Gothic Knights looking for their 10th win of the year. Meeting at the mound there, or at home plate I should say, as Veronica Grant. I'm looking at a Victoria on the field here. Coach Grant, the Syracuse star, exchanging lineups here with Ryan Doty, the head coach for Purchase. Veronica Grant, her second season at the head of this program after 1 year as an assistant. And with 11 wins a year ago, taking over mid-year, when the previous head coach, Jackie Timko, left after 1 year to become the head coach at Division I Rider, Coach Grant has seen improvements in this program. The team has played some pretty tough games in the NJAC, including a narrow loss to then number 14 ranked Kane at home last week. So the Gothic Knights are now in majority of their games and trying to take that next step forward. Gothic Knights with this makeup game today Now played 25 games out of 40. There are 38 total scheduled right now, as one doubleheader against York has been postponed and will not be made up. I understand that the NFL schedule is going to be released at 8 o'clock. The Giants will open the season at Dallas on Sunday Night Football. Tyler Krichkowski giving me that news, and happy to hear the Giants will be playing away week 1. That helps some of us out, as the Gothic Knights will be home that opening weekend with a home soccer game in women's soccer. I believe is against DeSales, the first home game of the 2017-18 academic year, early next September. And that'll be the first time we don't have a Krichkowski working for us. Good call, Tyler. Tyler's Tom, also a former member of the men's soccer team, and the two of them worked for me 5 years in a row each. His brother Tom, now the assistant athletic communications director at the College of Staten Island. So game 2 underway, and the first pitch by Christina Mezzi is ball 1 to Mary Adams, the third baseman. Adams now hitting .440 on the year on a field adjacent to Route 440 in Jersey City. Adams the biggest threat in this lineup. Mezzi, the 2-0. It's called strike. The umpire has changed in this one, as the field umpire in the first game, Carrie Ann Smith, now behind the plate. Chris Sotiro, the field umpire. 2-1 by Mezzi. Liner right at Rivera. Easy play, out number 1. So a line out to second base, 1 away. And that will bring up Victoria Capone Friolio, juniors out of Yonkers, New York. Middle infielder, played second base in game 1, now at shortstop. That's inside at the feet of Capone. She avoided being hit. 63 degrees now. At game time. Popped in the air, down the right field line. Rivera on the run, makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Now batting left fielder number 5, Mr. Kentris.
So 2 away, and the left fielder Kentris now hitting .389. In the air, right field, Ingram on the run, settles underneath and makes the catch. And Purchase retired 1-2-3 here in the top of the first. So NJCU due up here in the bottom of the first after the Panthers retired in order. Again, the lineup for NJCU: Concepcion, Gavin Polikis, Rivera, Alacio, Squio, Mezzi, Mendoza, and Ingram. Tyler Krichkowski will be leaving us, so I will be doing both PA and announcing. Defensive alignment. Stockinger throws to Leon. Fortuna at first, Ole at second, Capone at short, Adams at third. The outfield is Kentris, Hayes, and Edelson left to right. So you will be hearing me announce both to the crowd and also to you at home on our broadcast. We thank you for joining us on Gothic Vision. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 3:25 when the baseball team takes on Montclair State in Game 2 of a home-and-home series. Baseball currently losing at Montclair 5-1 in Game 1 of that series. Mike Ramirez has pitched well, but the Gothic Knights with 2 errors, and Montclair scoring 3 runs in the 6th inning to break open a 2-1 game. Meanwhile, the Gothic Knights have just 2 hits against the Montclair State starter. Dan Foley now on in relief in the bottom of the 8th for the Gothic Knights. Leading off, the center fielder, number 19, Alanis Concepcion. So Concepcion will lead off, hitting .297 on the season. At first pitch, ground ball, foul. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Softball is at Rutgers Newark on Saturday. It is the first of 4 doubleheaders in 4 days. The 1-1 line, base hit, the left center. So a leadoff single by Alanis Concepcion. And that will bring up Hannah Gavin, the catcher. Number 2, Hannah Gavin. So Hannah Gavin now hitting .271. She scored twice in the opening game. Had what very well could have been a double deep off the left field wall, but it was played well by Kentris. And Kentris and Hayes in left and center field have done a great job of not only getting the balls quickly, but they both have very strong arms. Ground ball foul. Head coach Veronica Grant tried a backhanded barehand play in the third base coach's box. One ball, 1 strike. Wide of the plate, 2-1. Sunday it'll be a makeup doubleheader against Hunter College. Monday a makeup doubleheader against Staten Island. Those 2 are both at home. And then on the original schedules, a NJAC doubleheader against TCNJ on Tuesday. Swung on and missed was Gavin. Now Concepcion went about halfway between first and second. The throw by the catcher Leon went down to the second baseman Old, but Concepcion was able to retreat. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liner foul. And a kick save by Grant. She's not even phased. I can't imagine a bruise that would leave if you missed the kick save. The 2-2. Wide of the plate and off the glove of the catcher, so a pass ball. So Concepcion on the pass ball. Could not be held by the catcher Leon. And now a 3-2 count to Hannah Gavin with Brittany Paulicus on deck. Popped in the air, foul. We'll do it again. Hannah Gavin has 3 home runs, all since last Saturday, all the home runs in her career, as suddenly she has a lot of power. The 3-2. In the air, center field, on the run, making the catch is the center fielder Hayes. That's out number 1. So every time Gavin comes to the plate, she seemingly is either hitting home runs or getting pretty darn close. So one way will be Brittany Paulicus hitting .373, now 90 career hits. She wanted a hit in the first inning on the error by the shortstop, but told her she's going to have to earn it. Not going to give her hits on balls that are routine plays, and the shortstop Adams booted a ball in the first inning, so Brittany accepted that explanation and told her to get 10 more hits and we're good. That's inside. It's 2-0. Her father John is missing today's doubleheader. He had made 96 consecutive games, he said. The 2-0 in the dirt. Paulicus really wants the 100-hit milestone. It means a lot to her. And to do it in 3 years would be special. 3-0. That's inside. She walks again. So hard to get a hits if you don't get pitched to, and when you're the most dangerous player in the lineup, you're not going to see that many good pitches to look at. Specifically when you have somebody at second base, which is where Alanis Concepcion is. So with one away, it'll be Carolyn Rivera, who was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in our first game. Second baseman, number 18, Carolyn Rivera. I forgot for a second that I'm also doing announcing. First time that all Europe had to do for baseball or softball. That pitch is off the plate. I did not announce Brittany Palkus. I'm sure she'll make fun of me later for that. So it'll be a meeting at the circle here as the catcher, Leon, and the third baseman, Adams, both come over to talk to Stockinger. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at first and second. Brittany Palkus walked. Alanis Concepcion singled before advancing on a pass ball. That's high, 3-0. The head coach, Ryan Doty, had come out here to have a conversation with Carrie Ann Smith, the umpire. 3-0 pitch. As a called strike. Delayed call there by Rivera. For Rivera. 3-1. That's high for ball 4, so no doubt about that. Base is now loaded as Palkus and Rivera walk back to back. And with the bags full, Naomi Alasio's already got a grand slam this year. She's got a chance for another. The shortstop, number 10, Naomi Alasio.
Let's go, Nio. Let's go, Winnow.
Still just 1 out. The Gothic Knights won the opener in 8 innings by a 7-6 count. Ground ball foul. Oh, and it hit the runner, Concepcion. She's hurt. Alanis Concepcion at third base. I think she was actually hit in foul territory. A line drive off of the bat of Naomi Alasio. And she is in a lot of pain. We're going to take a break. As head athletic trainer Anne-Marie Stobling tends to Concepcion now. Whether Alasio is still up will depend on whether that was in fair or foul territory officially. If it's in fair territory, you score that a single for Alasio. And then Concepcion would be out 5 unassisted. We'll wait to see what the call is when we come back. So officially we're back, and it was a foul ball that struck Concepcion. She's out of the game. And that's another foul ball by Alacio off the plate, so we'll do it again. Pinch runner will be the backup catcher, Ariana Scrimo. The 0-2, chopped foul again. So Concepcion seems to be pretty shaken up. That's a big loss for the Gothic Knights, especially not just for this game, but with 2 games NJCU would be competitive in this weekend against Rutgers Newark. You lose your leadoff hitter and starting center fielder, who really takes charge out there in center field. Could obviously have serious impact on the outcome of this game as well, as NJCU will probably need to shift some pieces around. With players falling like flies now, Kayla Clark, who likely would have been the starting catcher today, as that is fouled away. Fouled a ball that hit her in the eye socket against Montclair State in Game 1. Has a huge black eye. She's out today. That's in the air. Right center field, going to fall in for a base hit. Scrimo will score. Palkis being waved. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. It's a 2-run single for Naomi Alacio. And NJCU leads by a score of 2-0. So Palkis scores, Scrimo scores. And it's now 2-0 NJCU. Left fielder, number 12, Julie Squio. So Squio trying to add to the lead. That's high. One ball, no strikes. The 2-0. So the Gothic Knights, their first of now what is actually 5 doubleheaders in 6 games. Tomorrow they will be off. The only day off until next Wednesday. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 1. That's a called strike. Squeal in the air, right field. Shallow, it's going to fall in for a base hit, then gets by the right fielder. Rivera to third. And it's 3-0 NJCU on the RBI single by Julie Squio. It rolled away from the right fielder, Edelson, but because the field's got a little bit of a crown there, I'm not going to charge an error, as that's unpredictable. There goes Squio, and it's cut off by the second baseman because Alacio has a lot of speed at third, could have stolen home. Pitcher, Christina Mezzi. So Squio with the steal as it's cut off by Ull. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Mezzi. And she fouls that one off her foot. So right now the Gothic Knights, foul balls are their biggest enemy. Kayla Clark injured by a foul ball. Alana Concepcion injured by a foul ball. Mezzi just fouls one off her foot. She's okay, and that's ball number 2. That's high. Officially, it's 2-2 is the count. And that's lined right at the second baseman. And there'll be no play at third. Alacio back, Squio back at second base. So 2 away now. It'll be up to Melissa Mendoza to try to add to the lead. Third baseman, number 15, Melissa Mendoza. Number 8 hitter in the lineup, hitting now .212 in the season. Be a 1-ball count here to Mendoza. Slow roller, foul up the first base line. Slow roller towards third. The throw is in time by Adams. That retires Mendoza. And the inning comes to a close on the ground out. In the first inning for the Gothic Knights, 3 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 left on. We've played 1 inning in game 2, 3-0 NJCU. Behind the plate, number 24, Ariana Scrimo. Moving from catcher to third base, number 2, Hannah Gavin. Moving from left field to center, number 12, Julie Squio. Moving from third base to right field, number 15, Melissa Mendoza. And moving from right field to left field, number 1, Kiani Ingram. Leading off for purchase, the center fielder, number 8, Kelly Hayes. So as we announce the defensive changes to the crowd here, necessitated by the injury to Alana's Concepcion. If you just tuned in, she was standing at third base, and she was hit by a line drive foul ball off the bat of Naomi Alacio with the bases loaded, and she's out of the game. She was in a lot of pain on the field. Hayes, a 1-0 count here from Mezzi. Popped in the air. Shallow center. Squio on the run. Dives and makes the catch. So Julie Squio, she gets a hug here from Carolyn Rivera, playing center field for the first time this year for emergency reasons as Alanis Concepcion was injured, and Squio making the diving catch. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Stockinger. The pitcher, number 23, Rachel Stockinger. It'll be a 1-ball count here as Julie Squio makes the diving catch. Mezzi deals low. So a lot of changes have been necessitated by injuries. It hurt NJCU against Montclair State. Has popped in the air. Foul. Gavin going to give it a look. She's underneath it. Reaches up. Makes the catch. Hannah Gavin doing a good job at third. And that's a ball that I don't know if Melissa Mendoza would have gotten to just because of her inexperience at third. She's typically the right fielder for the Knights. That's where she is now. So 2 good defensive plays in a row for NJCU after moving pieces around. 2 away. It'll bring up the first baseman, Fortuna. First baseman, number 11, Nicole Fortuna. 1 ball, no strikes. Off the bunt, the bottom of the I can't talk. Oh my goodness! Off the bottom of the bat. This is where allergies are starting to kick in here. As she had an excuse me check swing, and actually I think it hit the handle and went foul. So it's a foul ball, 1-1. That's in the air, right field, on the run, and not able to make the catch will be Mendoza, but they're going to get her at second base. As she tried to turn a single into a double, she's thrown out 4-6. We're going to give a hit to Fortuna, as that ball was not an easy play there for Mendoza on the run. But they do erase the runner at second. So a single to right center and a 9-4-6 if you're scoring at home. In the second inning for Purchase, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on. Bottom of the second inning coming up, 3-0 NJCU. Leading off left fielder, number 1, Kiani Ingram. So Ingram, first pitch was a ball. That's fouled away. And it's 1-1. So a ball and 2 strikes. A slow roller up the first base line, and she'll take it to the bag herself, Fortuna, for the first out of the inning. So Ingram on the ground out. And it'll be Ariana Scrimo coming to the plate after pinch running for an injured Alanis Concepcion. The catcher, number 24, Ariana Scrimo. First pitch is a called strike. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scrimo now in the leadoff spot after Concepcion went out. That's on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scrimo's hitting 130 on the year. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's the second out here as Stockinger with the first strikeout she's tossed in this game, and it's now the number 2 hitter, the third baseman, Hannah Gavin. Third baseman, number 2, Hannah Gavin. Ground ball off the glove of the third baseman on a hard hit ball. So that is going to be an infield single by Gavin. That's a tough call right there, but I'm going to give her a single, as the third baseman had to kind of swing at that one to have a chance. The first baseman, number 25, Brittany Polikis. So Paulikis, a 1-ball count. 2 outs with Gavin at first. And the 1-0 off the plate. 3 runs, 4 hits for NJCU. They scored all 3 runs in the bottom of the first. We are now in the bottom of inning number 2. The 2-0. Ground ball towards second base. And the throw by Oles in time. And the inning comes to a close. In the second inning for the Gothic Knights, no runs, a hit and 1 left on base. We head to the third inning. It's 3-0 NJCU. Leading off, the right fielder, number 13, Daniela Edelson. So, top of the third inning, it'll be Edelson, Ull, and Leon, the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. NJCU still leading by a score of 3-0. Edelson, a 1-0 count. The Gothic Knights looking for their 10th win of the year. They have a 3-run lead. And it hits Edelson. And she hobbles down the first. Second base runner of the game. Now the first base runner was we're going to call it a single. We're going to go back and review the video later. But Fortuna had a single that was off the heel of the glove of Mendoza in right field as she ran to try to catch it. But she tried to stretch what was at least right now a single into a double and was thrown out at second base. So Ull, trying for the sacrifice, fouls off the first pitch on the bunt attempt. She tries again. Misses this one. And it's 0-2. The Gothic Knights with a 3-0 lead here in the third. Now, totally overcast skies. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Christina Mezzi with her first strikeout of this game. And it'll bring up the catcher, Leon. The catcher, number 7, Brianna Leon. Leon hitting 154 on the year. 1 out, runner at first. Gothic Knights do not have much left on the bench right now. Alicia Nazario has not played in a while. That's a called strike. I don't even see her in the dugout today, so she's not available. I haven't seen Brianna Rosario, who normally would start. Senior for the Gothic Knights has started virtually every game, but not today. There goes the runner, and it's going to be a stolen base. Goes into center field, so Squeal's there to back it up. Stolen base for Edelson. And it'll be a ball and 2 strikes. One away here now. Pitch to Leon in the dirt, blocked by Scrimo. Kayla Clark's not available. She's sitting out with an injury after a foul ball to the face left a huge black eye under her right eye. Popped in the air, right field, and coming on and making the catch, calling off Rivera, is Melissa Mendoza. That's the second out. So 2 away, and that will bring up third baseman, number 9, Mary Adams. And I believe that we are going to have a pitching change at this time. I think we've gotten to that point in the game where Christina Mezzi has thrown her limit of pitches on one afternoon. No, they're not going to make the change. They're going to keep Mezzi in there. Mark Del Volpe, the assistant coach, came out, and I thought that this one was going to be a change for Mezzi, but she is going to stay back out there. By the way, this doubleheader was originally scheduled for Thursday, March 23rd, before being postponed. One of a dozen postponements for the softball team this year. Inside. Gothic Knights won the first game 7-6 in 8 innings. The 0-1 in the dirt. Scrimo keeps it at least near the plate, but taken off immediately is Edelson. So she advances in a wild pitch. And it's 1-1. Mezzi threw 119 pitches in Game 1. She's thrown now 29 here in Game 2. Ground ball back to Mezzi, and she misses it, but she recovers in time to throw on the first, and the putout is complete, 1-3. In the third inning for the Panthers, no runs, no hits. 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the third inning in Game 2, 3-0 Gothic Knights. Carolyn Rivera will lead off for the Knights here in the bottom of the third. We'll announce it to the crowd. The second baseman, number 18, Carolyn Rivera. So it'll be Rivera, Lacio, and Squio, and NJCU leading 3-0. Swung on and missed. Be a ball and a strike. We congratulate David Pena Herrera from the Gothic Knight men's volleyball team, who was named All-Conference for the second year in a row. First team All-Conference this year as the top libero in the league. And Julian Moreira, freshman right side hitter from Miami, named second team in NJCU's last year as an affiliate member of the Skyline Conference. Likely will be an independent next year for seeing what the future holds. That's fouled away. The 2-2, that's high. So a full count here to the leadoff hitting Rivera, and she draws the walk. So Rivera is aboard for the second time, both via walk. She walked in the first and scored before being driven in on an RBI by Julie Squio. Shortstop, number 10, Naomi Alacio. That's high to Alacio. Three walks, just one strikeout for Stockinger. She's allowed 3 runs and 4 hits for the Panthers. That's high also, so 2-0. As a motorcycle goes by in the background here. We're live at the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City. Time is called as Leon, the catcher, goes out to have a chat with Stockinger. Rachel Stockinger, a freshman out of Putnam Valley, New York, Putnam Valley High School. The right-hander, just 1-8 on the season. In the air, down the right field line, making the long run and making the catch is Edelson. She had to go a long way for that one and is able to haul it in. So a good catch there by Edelson. One away. Julie Squio now in center field. She's got an RBI single in this game. So the outfield for Purchase is really good. That's in the air. Foul territory on the run, and it's going to fall before Ole can get there. We've seen good plays in this contest from all 3 outfielders, Kentris, Hayes, and Edelson. Very sure-handed outfield combination. That's popped in the air, in the middle of the infield. The second baseman, Ole, takes charge. She makes the catch. So now 2 away for Christina Mezzi. Forgot to announce Julie Squio to the crowd. The pitcher, number 21, Christina Mezzi. Doing 3 jobs here at once, broadcasting, PA, and stats. It's always a little tricky. Ground ball to the third baseman, and Adams throws on to first, and the inning comes to a close. So the Gothic Knights, after a leadoff walk, next 3 batters go in order. Third inning for the Gothic Knights. No runs, no hits. 1 left on. Fourth inning coming up, 3-0 NJCU. Leading off, shortstop, number 2, Victoria Capone. So Capone, the shortstop, after playing second base in game 1, looks at ball 1. And that's in the air, right field. Coming in is Mendoza. Coming out is Rivera. She dives. It's going to fall in for a base hit. So that's the second hit for Purchase. Both are bloops to right field. So with one on, Kentrus, the left fielder, due up. That's inside. The 1 ball by Mez. Ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit. It's a back-to-back singles. And Purchase, nobody out, has 2 runners on. Ball was bobbled momentarily by Ingram, the new left fielder. First time she's played left. But Capone will stop at second. So runners at first and second. Here comes the center fielder Hayes, hitting 300 on the year. She represents the tying run. Drops down a bunt, sacrifice attempt. Mezzi to Rivera, and the sacrifice is effective. Kentrus to second, Capone to third. The pitcher, number 23, Rachel Stockinger. So Stockinger with a chance to help her own cause here. NJCU still leading 3-0 in the 4th. It's called strike. Final score in baseball, Montclair State defeats NJCU 6-1. 3-hit performance for the Montclair State pitchers. So no balls and 2 strikes. The Gotham Knights looking to sweep this doubleheader. That's high. The 1-2. That's off the plate. 2-2. The 2 players that appeared on the spring calendar for the softball team this year were Hannah Gavin and Julie Squio. Both of them, ironically, are this year's nominations for Academic All-District. Ground ball to second. That'll drive in a run. Rivera throws on the Palkus at first. So it's an RBI ground out by Stockinger. Kentrus to third, and Capone scores. It's 3-1. A couple leadoff singles here for the Panthers. Give the guests their first run. 3-1 in the 4th. That's fouled back towards me. Yuri Brutus jumps out of his seat. The first baseman, number 11, Nicole Fortuna. Foul ball right back at us. Yuri wanted to jump up and dunk it like an alley-oop. As 4 members of the men's basketball team. The NCAA tournament qualifiers are in the box with us right now. Ground ball foul. Yuri Brutus, center for the men's basketball team on camera today. Gene Campbell, shooting guard for the Knights. On the scoreboard, the 0-2. Did she get her? Ah, they're saying it's ball 1, so 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes, Mezzi deals. Same pitch, same result, and it's 2-2. Swung on a miss. Strike 3, and Mezzi gets out of the inning. In the 4th inning for Purchase, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left on. 3.5 innings in Game 2 gone by, 3-1 NJCU. So the Panthers able to get on the board with a couple of singles to lead off the 4th, but the Gothic Knights hold strong. They lead 3-1. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Melissa Mendoza will lead off for the Knights here in the 4th inning. Mendoza, Ingram, and Scrimo, 8, 9, and 1 hitters. In the air, right center, on the run. Edelson reaches out, cannot make the catch as she hits the turf. She thought she had that one. It's the 5th hit of the game for the Gothic Knights, and Melissa Mendoza aboard with a leadoff single on the first pitch she sees. So, one woman on, it'll bring up left fielder number 1, Kiani Ingram. At the feet of Ingram, who got the rare start in Game 1. Now, not only is she starting Game 2, she's in an important spot in left field as Julie Squillo had to make an emergency move over to center when Alanis Concepcion got hurt. If you missed it, she was at third base, Concepcion was, on a line drive foul ball by her teammate Naomi Olacio, knocked her out of the game. Ground ball to third, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman Adams. And unlike the play earlier in the game, when the third baseman kind of swiped at it and didn't have much of a chance really on a hard hit ball, this was right at her. As certainly an error. So that will bring up Ariana Scrimo. We'll announce her to the crowd in a moment with Ingram at first and Mendoza at second. Scrimo drops down to sacrifice bunt attempt. And she's safe. They're going to talk this over. And I think it's going to be the same call. There'll be a conference on the mound, and we're going to take a quick break. So Hannah Gavin will come up with the bases loaded. Line drive right at the shortstop. And Capone makes the catch. It's for out number 1. So Hannah Gavin, the first pitch she sees, a line drive right at the shortstop. It'll bring up first baseman number 25, Brittany Polikis. So Brittany Polikis with the bases loaded and nowhere to put her. She's walked quite a bit in this doubleheader, including a walk in the first inning of this one and a run scored. The 1-0. Polikis to the gap to right center and is going to roll all the way to the wall. Mendoza scores. Ingram right behind her. Screamo on her way to third. It's going to be a long single by Brittany Polikis, her 91st career hit, and it's 5-1 NJCU. So it'll be runners on the corners for the second baseman, Carolyn Rivera. So Rivera, Polikis at first, Screamo on third. The Gothic Knights trying to break it open. They lead 5-1 in the dirt. And you can see the reaction there from the pitcher, Stockinger. I think she was disappointed, wanted a strike there. Kind of pumped her fist a little bit in anger there. The 2-0. Ground ball towards third. Throw to first in time. It'll score a run as Screamo scores to make it 6-1. So Rivera grounds out, a productive ground out. Paul gets to second base. Unearned run as the inning obviously should have been over there. Should have been the third out. Runner at second base, and it'll bring up shortstop number 10, Naomi Alacio. So Alacio trying to add to it. She's already had a 2-run single in the first and a long fly out to right in the third. And a line drive foul ball that knocked her teammate Alanis Concepcion out of the game. It's a called strike. And it's 0-2. Foul balls have been the enemy of the Gothic Knights in the last 3 days. That's in the air. Left center field. On the run, and did she make the catch? She did. The center fielder, Hayes, she's shaken up as she ran face first into an unpadded fence. Anne-Marie Stobling, the athletic trainer, spreading out to center field. On the 0-2 pitch to Alacio, Hayes went a long way and made the catch running into the fence. Somehow held on to it. And the inning comes to a close. In the fourth inning for NJCU, 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left on base. We head to the fifth. It's 6-1 NJCU. It'll be the top of the fifth inning, and Brittany Polikis, she has to hold up there as the umpire. Here Ann Smith was walking back across the field, but Brittany Polikis moves from first base to the circle, and she will finish the game there, you would expect. As Christina Mezzi started, went to first, 4 allowed a run on 3 hits, struck out 2, walked no one. After 117 pitches in game 1 in 8 innings, 46 here in our second game. So Mezzi goes to first base as she and Polkis switch spots. By the way, if you're doing quick math at home, that's 163 pitches Christina Mezzi's thrown today. Now, she's in line for potentially the win in this one if the Gothic Knights can hold on. Polkis could potentially earn a save if she pitches the final 3 innings here, and the Gothic Knights keep this lead. Leading off in the 5th inning for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 13, Daniela Edelson. So it'll be Edelson, Ull, and Leon. Number 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. Edelson facing Polakis. First pitch is a called strike. She jumped out of the way of that one, Edelson did. And that's a line drive center field. Squeal reaches up over her head, and it's going to be a double as racing to second base and an undefended second base as Rivera wasn't there. She was ball watching. And that was a potential mistake there because they would have had a play on Edelson. She would not have taken second base. So it's a double to center. That's probably a ball that Concepcion, with her height and experience in center, would have caught. Instead, it'll be now with the runner in second, the second baseman, Ull. The second baseman, number 3, April Ull. Ull hitting just 100. She struck out swinging in the second. Her second at bat of this game. And it's fouled off the handle. 1-1. Be a ball and a strike. Check swing. Could throw to third and out at third. Easy play there. Screamo and Gavin. One, 2 is the count. That's off the plate. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 1 away as the Gothic Knights are able to retire the lead runner. Gavin applying the tag on the throw by Screamo. A perfect strike by Screamo. That's off the plate. 3-2. 6-1 NJCU leads here in the top of the 5th inning, trying for the doubleheader sweep. Three-two, that's high. So the 1-out walk, and I'll bring up the catcher, number 7, Brianna Leon. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Gothic Knights in a well-played second game after winning the opener in extra innings for the first time this year in 3 extra inning contests. That's off the plate for ball 1. Brittany Polkis now with 91 career hits, closing in on the 100-hit club. Ground ball. Gavin there. Throw on to second base. And Rivera couldn't hold on to it. And that is an error on Rivera. So, runners on first and second after the error, and it'll bring up the third baseman, Adams. That's low. The third baseman, number 9, Mary Adams. 1 ball and no strikes. Check swing. She went around, so it's 1-1. Brittany Paulkis is 3-1 this year. She's made just 2 starts. Made 9 relief appearances. This will be her 10th. 4.02 ERA on the season. In 38 and a third innings, struck out 9. She's walked 16. She's allowed 55 hits in 38 innings, but for the most part has shut down opponents. Looking for her first save of the year. That is low. So it'll be 3-1. Ground ball to Gavin. She steps on the bag. Throw across is not in time. She's going for the double play. Instead gets the force for the second out. So a heads-up play by Gavin. Two away. It'll bring up shortstop, number 2, Victoria Capone. So Capone hitting now 185. She had a single and a run scored, the only run for Purchase in Game 2. Ground ball back to Paulkis, flip to Mezzi, and the inning comes to a close on the 1-3 ground out. In the 5th inning for Purchase, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. Bottom of the 5th in Game 2, it's 6-1 NJCU. Julie Squeal will lead us off here, and we'll announce her. If she doesn't swing at the first pitch, which she does. Oh, she didn't make contact this time, so we can announce her after all. The center fielder, number 12, Julie Squeal. Last couple times Squeal came up, we didn't get a chance to announce her because she put the ball in play so quickly. One, check swing, foul territory, and making the catch before she ran into Mark Del Volpe, the Gothic Knight first base coach, was the first baseman for Fortuna. So a fly out by Squeal in foul territory. And Mezzi in the air. Right field making the diving catch was the center fielder Hayes. Christina Mezzi, before we can even announce her, hits it deep to left center. And a fine catch in left center by Hayes, who we were worried if she was shaken up after hitting the fence face first in the previous inning. Right fielder, number 15, Melissa Mendoza. Turns out that she did have a cut on her face, but she is okay. Ground ball to second base, fielded by Ole, and the Gothic Knights down 1-2-3 very quickly here in the fifth. Fifth inning for the Gothic Knights. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. We head to the sixth inning, 6-1 NJCU. Leading off the sixth inning for the Panthers, the left fielder, number 5, Elisa Kentris. So the Gothic Knights, after winning the opening contest in 8 innings, looking for their 10th win of the year. They won 11 last season. With a lot of softball still to play this year. NJC with a doubleheader Saturday against Rutgers Newark on the road, and then they're home Sunday against Hunter in a makeup doubleheader. Home against Staten Island on Monday in a makeup doubleheader. That's in the air. On the run, Squealer reaching up over her head. It's going to be an extra base hit. And stopping at second base, now trying to go to third is Kentris. The throw is not in time as she hesitated just for a moment and then realized the throw wasn't made yet and kept going on a stutter step. The center fielder, number 8, Kelly Hayes. So a leadoff triple by Kentris. But it's still 6-1 the Gothic Knights lead. That's the 5th hit for Purchase. And first pitch by Polakis is ball 1. That is a called strike. One and one. Britt deals. Swung on it and missed. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. Polakis deals. That's high. Brittany Polakis, all NJAC second team a year ago as a first baseman, did not pitch at all last year after pitching every other game as a sophomore transfer in 2015. Brittany played her freshman year at Centenary over in Hackettstown. And 3 balls and 2 strikes. She's been very happy here, though, in Jersey City since transferring in 2015. Foul ball up the third base line. Brittany is an important member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. SAC, as it's more commonly known throughout NCAA. Ground ball back to Polakis, looks back to runner, throws to first. And she's got strong enough of an arm where she could check third and make sure Kentris had no idea to break into the plate. So one away to bring up pitcher number 23, Rachel Stockinger. Stockinger in this game is 0 for 2, but she has a RBI ground out that produced the only run of this contest for Purchase. The Panthers led 3-0 and 5-3 in game 1 before NJCU tied it, and then they took the lead back with a run in the 8th inning. Ground ball foul. A ball and a strike. One one. Swung and a missed. And it's 1-2. 6 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Gothic Knights. Purchase a run on 5 hits, and they've committed 1 error in game 2. Ground ball to second, and it gets through the legs of Rivera. The second time today that Stockinger had a ground ball to second base that will drive in a run. She gets credit for the RBI, but she reaches on an error, the second of the game, as Rivera clearly took her eye off the ball. She looked, I think, quickly towards home plate, and that was enough. So it's now 6-2, and Fortuna, the first baseman, will be due up. The first baseman, number 11, Nicole Fortuna. Fortuna, a single and a strikeout, losing pitcher in extra innings in game 1. That's high. NJCU. This is one of the first games they've been able to make up this year. The 2-0, that's a call, strike. They had previously scheduled some other non-conference makeups, but those had to be pushed off because conference games got rained out, and those obviously have to be made up first. The 2-1. Swung on a missed, and it's 2-2. Gothic Knights had a postponement against Rutgers Camden. That was made up. A rain out against Ramapo. That was made up. This is the third one. It's easier, obviously, to make up in softball than baseball, where you're primarily, in baseball, playing single games, and softball every day is a doubleheader. Swung on and foul ball off the plate. Gothic Knights will not make up the doubleheader against York College. So if NJCU can't find another doubleheader to play, we'll likely only have 38 games this year instead of 40. That's low. But I mentioned in game 1 that Purchase, with some postponements, only now has 26 scheduled games. I think the NCAA minimum is 27, I want to say. So if I'm understanding that rule correctly, they're going to have to make something up along the line, or they're going to be below the threshold. Three balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3, looking, and a perfect location for Polikis to punch out Fortuna. Now 2 away. It'll bring up the right fielder, number 13, Daniela Edelson. Third strikeout for Gothic Knight pitching. Christina Mezzi had 2 in her 4 innings. Chopped foul off the plate. Edelson hitting 161. She's been on base twice. A hit by pitch and a double. Polikis at the back of the circle. Now the ball in her right hand. Popped in the air. Shallow right. Rivera backpedaling. Makes the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. So a pop-up to Rivera. Stockinger, who reached on an error is retired at first where she is stranded. In the sixth inning for the Panthers, a run on one hit. There was one error and one left on base. Bottom of the sixth coming up, 6-2, NJCU. Pinch hitting for the Gothic Knights here in the sixth inning. Number 23, Gemile Leonardo. So Gemile Leonardo will pinch hit here for the left fielder Ingram. Leonardo looking for her first career hit. And first pitch from Stockinger is a called strike. That's fouled off of the catcher. A little slow to get up there. After today, the Gothic Knights home again on Sunday, as we said, Monday and Tuesday, and then they'll have Senior Day next Saturday against William Patterson. That's high. A ball and 2 strikes. Check swing, and she goes down on strikes as she went around. So Leonardo, the pinch hitter, strikes out swinging. As the second strikeout by Stockinger. The catcher, number 24, Ariana Scrimo. So Scrimo, the Gothic Knights now leading 6-2. Shallow, blooper, right field, going to fall in for a base hit for Scrimo. Her second hit in the last 2 innings and her third of the game. Scrimo, actually I take it back, that's the second hit. She came in as a pinch runner after Concepcion singled, so that's now 2 for 3 is Scrimo, but a good day for her and the 8th hit for NJCU. And that's in the dirt, so on the wild pitch, Scrimo advances. So through a wild pitch, Hannah Gavindew up, ground ball down the third base line. It's foul. So Scrimo advances to second on the pitch that bounced in the dirt. So wild pitch on Stockinger. The Gothic Knights trying to add to a 4-run lead. Ground ball to short. Scrimo now takes off. The throw to first is in time, and then Scrimo slides in feet first. She's okay, and the Gothic Knights with 2 outs have a runner at third base. So a 6-3 ground out by Gavin, and that brings up the pitcher, number 25, Brittany Polakis. So Brittany Polakis looking for her 92nd career hit. Probably won't be there as a chopper back to the mound. And that'll do it here as the Gothic Knights strand Scrimo on. In the 6th inning for NJCU, no runs. One hit and one left on. We head to the seventh, 6-2 NJCU. So we're back here for the top of the seventh. Paul Kiss will try to complete her first save of the year. Paul Kiss did not, by the way, have a save in 2015 when she made 24 appearances and started 19 games. So if she's able to complete this, and you would imagine she would the way she's been throwing, it'll be her first career save as a member of the Gothic Knights. Jamile Leonardo will remain in the game and play left field. And it'll be up to Ole, Leon, and Adams, number 8, 9, and 1 hitters, due up here. Leading off, second baseman, number 3, April Ole. So Ole hitting 100 on the year. She's walked and struck out in this game. Gothic Knights, this would put them in the double figures in wins on the year. Ground ball to second base. Rivera, 2 hops, throw on to Mezzi, and that is your first out. Catcher, number 7, Brianna Leon. So Leon, number 9 hitter, she's 0 for 2 in this one. And that is a called strike. 6-2 is your score. Top of the 7th in Game 2 in Jersey City. The Gothic Knights won the first one in 8 innings. Ground ball. Snagged by Paulakis. Throw on the first. And that's out number 2. And Purchase is now down to their final out. Third baseman, number 9, Mary Adams. So it'll be up to Adams now to try to extend this. She's 0 for 3 in our second game. Her average has now dipped to 393. Started at 440, as she's obviously played limited action. A lot of speed on that pitch by Paulkis. Zips that one by Adams for strike 1. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. This could do it. Alacio, her throw to first in time, and the ball game is over. So a 6-3 ground out. The Panthers go 1-2-3 in the 7th, and the Gothic Knights sweep the doubleheader. They win Game 2 by a 6-2 count after winning the opener in Game 1, 7-6 in 8 innings. In the 7th inning, 4 Purchase, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. Your final score in Game 2, New Jersey City, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Purchase 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error with the wins. The Gothic Knights with the sweep today improved to 10-16 on the year, and will be back in action when they take on Rutgers Newark at 1 o'clock in a New Jersey Athletic Conference doubleheader on the road in Newark this Saturday, April 22nd. The Gothic Knights will have 3 consecutive home doubleheaders. First, on Sunday, the Knights will take on Hunter College at 12 p.m. in a make-up doubleheader. On Monday, they'll take on Staten Island at 3 p.m. And next Tuesday, the Knights are home against the College of New Jersey. We thank you for your attendance at today's doubleheader. So that'll do it for Game 2. The Gothic Knights scoring 3 in the first inning, 3 in the 4th, and that's all they needed. Christina Mezzi with the win. Brittany Paulkis with the save. Final stats, Paulkis also had 2 RBIs, a big 2-run single. Naomi Alacio also with 2 RBIs as the Gothic Knights also get 8 hits overall, 2 from Ariana Scrima, who came on in relief of an injured Alanis Concepcion. Scrima scored twice, the Knights with 8 hits and 3 runs in the first and 3 in the fourth, and that did it as the Gothic Knights jumped in front early and held on to win by 4. Your final score once again here in Jersey City. The Gothic Knights won the opening game 7-6 in 8 innings, and they are victorious in Game 2 by a score of 6-2. Our next broadcast here on the Gothic Vision will be tomorrow, 3:25. We'll be on the air when the baseball team takes on the Red Hawks of Montclair State. That will be in Game 2 of a home-and-home series. The Red Hawks won the opener today on the road in Montclair at Yogi Berra Stadium. On behalf of everyone at NJCU Athletics, I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching today's broadcast of NJCU Softball on Gothic Vision. And until we talk to you tomorrow, be well, everybody.